Our topic for today's public divination is whether you are important in his heart. Please keep your heart calm, close your eyes for 3 seconds, and rely on your intuition from the following. Choose the card from the 3 cards 1, 2, 3 that resonates with you the most. First, let's take a look at the film crew. I think this crew, between you all, if you ask if it's important, I don't think we can talk about weight, because I think you guys are a group. He hasn't started yet, or rather, there was a faint beginning in the past, but it didn't last long. The state of being scattered makes me feel that the connection between you is not very deep, or the intersection between you is not very deep. This set of cards gives me a feeling, the feeling of crush, or that kind of ambiguity, but it has already been disconnected, or it's like a long time ago ex. A state that's almost disconnected. There will be a sense of connection between you two. That weaker feeling, let's first look at the health benefits that appeared in the past. Then you will feel that you were in the past. Actually, it has always been a situation where a plan is blocked, so I think it's quite like unrequited love or ambiguity. You want to progress, but it's always blocked. Maybe you have such a plan in your heart. However, it has always been put on hold, or there is such an action, but it has been delayed. You could say it is also a state of being hindered. Then let's take a look at the film and television inversion, but I would think of this card as you're someone I can't forget, whether it's a crush, ambiguous feelings, or a breakup. It's hard to forget you. I always remember your past. You might miss this person. Then there is also some reflection on oneself, probably the current state, is that you also understand that your own possibilities for this person is likely to be a kind of obsession, so you will also reflect on yourself or introspect, exploring yourself and inner world, or to think about some things about life and the future. What appears is the Health and Political Committee. If it's the Health and Political Committee, then in fact it's still a state of bondage. It's tied up in this relationship, unable to break free. Then there's no way to go further. So I think this set of cards shouldn't exist. Are you important to him? Because I feel that you two haven't started, or have started in the past and now have actually broken up. So I don't think there should be any question about its importance. The above is an interpretation of the definition of obstacles. Hope it can help you. Next, let's look at the second set of cards, and I think you are still in his heart. It's quite a special existence. If you're currently in a state of unrequited love, he has actually already been in the past. You've noticed them a bit, but the intersection between you is relatively small, to say the least. It's not very stable. It feels like there's always a barrier that's hard to break through, but in the future your intersections there will be more and more, and it's developing in a good direction. So I think you're quite important in his heart, huh? If you say you broke up or were ambiguous before, you are also important to him. Because a cup one appeared, and in the future a cup one appeared, and the current state is a wonderful origin. So I hope both sides will be good. So I think you're quite in your heart. First, let's look at the emergence of new currency market in chess. Why say the relationship between you is not very stable, or the link between you is relatively weak, because it causes confusion. Zhongli Market Station has always been a place for beginners. It's an initial stage. What appears here is what you think of as a servant. It's an element in itself. I think there might be some ambiguity between you all. The intersection was relatively unstable in the past, and there might be some exercise and then a state of contact. You are currently breaking up. If he is your ex, I think your relationship in the past was relatively unstable, and both of you are a bit unreliable. There might be a bit of drama. A lot of times one party might just want to make things happen and practical and plan for the future, but Sometimes I can't control myself. The feeling of being a bit clumsy due to inability to control one's temper might cause bigger fluctuations. If we say it's ambiguous, then I think your ambiguity isn't going very smoothly. Just ambiguous, and then the response from the other side has always been ambiguous, or they want to think about it. Or it could be that there was some ambiguity for a while, and then exercise is probably such a situation. Let's look at the current situation. The current situation is actually a star. It's a star. I'm healing or comforting my own soul. Number 3 also has a diagonal relationship. The relationship between him and the future development actually holds a beautiful hope, a wish, and then he is also a first come first serve opponent. There's still a bit of a push. And then let's look at why Sheng Bei Yi Zheng Wei says you're important in his heart, because it's a state between the two of us. But both of you are actually holding a hope for this relationship. Can you also consider politics in the future? The Holy Grail itself represents an emotional life. I think it's a new beginning of an emotional life, so I believe you can develop further. So I think Sheng Bei Yi appeared in the stars. I think behind this card is a card that represents whatever you wish will come true. The future development is certain to be as you imagined in your mind, the feeling as you wish. So I think the future development is really quite good. So from this set of cards, I think in love it's quite important, whether it's unrequited love, ambiguity, or breakups. Especially if you're breaking up, it's pretty important. So this guy is actually healing himself, yo. He feels that this relationship has actually caused him some harm, but he is also healing himself, and he still hopes that this relationship can be good. So I think this boy is, relatively speaking, you are quite important to him. The above is an interpretation of the left-wing justice. Hope it can help you. Finally, let us look at the third set of cards. I think he might be quite conflicted about you at the moment. It seems to be causing him some pain, but he seems to like you quite a bit too. In the future, I think you still hold a significant place in his heart, because I believe in the future there will be a new development between you two. A breakthrough, and the love is quite passionate. First, let's look at the health wine greasiness that has appeared in the past. I would feel your relationship has actually been in the past. If some problems have arisen, it's already causing pain for both of you, or rather, it's more painful for you. Every day you are thinking about this person, even in your dreams, and you can't sleep well. Whenever you think of him, you feel it's a bit annoying, right? If it's a crush, you're always wondering if he likes you, what he means, how to make progress with him, how to test him. Then I went to test his reaction today. What is it like? Is there another meaning, or what is it like? I think about this all day. If it's ambiguous, I feel that your current relationship development is also quite confused. It's also an entanglement, confusion, don't know if can or not. Can it be pushed forward? I don't know if it can be pushed forward. If you're talking about breaking up, then your past relationship must have been very painful. I think for you, it was a kind of disguised torture. I think you feel really unbearable. Your stomach is upset by the devil. Not by the devil, but by the health wine. La Wai liquor is a nightmare shot because it's a health liquor. So it's really quite painful. Then look at the current situation. The current situation is a Holy Grail dance. Your current communication period is like this. Well, it's not very good, or you're not satisfied, it didn't meet your expectations, because by the way, it itself means a kind of communication. Then what you think appears is also a kind of communication, a situation where the condition is not so good. And then, and about your current relationship, or your current progress, your current development, relatively speaking, it is not very satisfying and a bit disappointing. From this card, I think you feel more or less, I just want to go out and seek other developments and then consider another one. The feeling of meeting a new person or object, In the future, a full-time attendant commissioner might appear. That's an intersection between you two, I think. It won't start because it's all out, right? Still selling quite heated kind. You see the current state is not so good, but in the future, full war zero gravity is a wind plus fire flow. When the wind blows, the fire burns brighter, right? It's like the feeling between two people. There's going to be a big breakthrough, and the love seems to be quite passionate. And then the development seems to be quite good. It gives me this kind of feeling. So I think, as of now, I think you are by his side. He is also very entangled about you, not knowing how to promote your relationship, feeling that there are some points. It's his entanglement and hesitation. But in the future, I feel that he probably won't care about those things anymore, as if there are no obstacles. And then there is a kind of boldly listen to the true voice in your heart and then demonstrate his own inner voice. He's been suppressing his fondness for you. So I think this set of cards, actually, you're quite special in love and important for now. It's not very, very important, but in the future, I feel that the development is still possible. It should also be quite important. The above is about the interpretation of these three groups. I hope it can help you.